Judaism has always been a fixture of my life. I grew up Jewish, had a bat mitzvah, and found ways to keep the faith as an adult. My parents are interfaith. My mom was raised Jewish and my dad was raised without much of anything. So we grew up celebrating Hanukkah and Christmas, Passover and Easter, and going to Hebrew school every Sunday. My mom grew up much more observant than I did. She was raised in a conservative Jewish household. When she and my dad wanted to get married at their synagogue, they were faced with criticism. My dad would have to convert in order for them to marry at their temple. Because conversion to Judaism is such a challenging process, my parents married without a rabbi and looked for a new synagogue that would accept their interfaith union. My parents wanted to raise us Jewish, but didn't want us to be judged by the fact that my dad never converted. My parents found a synagogue that was possibly one of the most accepting and progressive religious spaces in the world. So many of my peers were like me. Their families were mixed with different races, sexual orientations, gender identities, and faiths. Some of us didn't even believe in God, while others really did. Our families broke the mold of what it meant to be Jewish, and all of us were welcome to practice in our congregation. This was the Judaism I came to know and love. When I went away to college, I tried to stay connected to my Jewish identity, but I didn't see others on campus who practiced like me. I felt like I really questioned my identity and my faith, and I didn't fit the mold that I saw in my peers. My Jewish classmates were more observant, more rigid, more traditional than I was. They didn't have interfaith families. They didn't celebrate other holidays. Their friends looked and acted like them too, and I didn't fit in. Why was my Jewish upbringing this exception to the rule? Did nobody else in the whole world practice like me? I felt so isolated, so I pushed Judaism out of my life, and I didn't think it mattered to me anymore, so I stopped identifying with my faith. I decided to join a Jewish Service Corps program called Avodah after graduating college that focused on social justice. I was reluctant to join because I was nervous I would experience the same problem all over again that I did in college, but I needed a job. The year was spent living with a group of other Jews who practiced on all levels of the religious spectrum. Being a part of this service corps really helped me reconnect with my heritage on a deeper level. I started realizing that my childhood wasn't just a random exception to the rule, and that a lot of people practiced like me or were raised like me. I realized that the religious part of Judaism wasn't what mattered to me at all. Instead, what mattered was the culture, the traditions, and the values around social justice. It didn't matter whether or not I believe in God. It didn't matter whether or not I attend religious services. My Judaism can be centered around building a welcoming community that accepts everyone. And this is what I know and love and continue to practice today.